Do I look worn, tattered, and... Whew. I just came back from the gym. Hey my loves, join me in this boycott of those who haven't seen Black Panther. The movie truly is detrimental to your black soul. I love us for real. What's up everybody? Hi. I'm back. And this time it looks like I'm on time. I'm feeling better. I'm looking a mess. Listen. Though this is my platform and though I want to build a brand, I want to make sure that my brand is authenticity. So whether I'm just getting back from the gym, or if I feel like slapping on the brow like the last video, or if I feel like throwing on a beef face, you're gonna get it. Cause I'm not a consistent person in general. I can stay on the wave for a while. I'm just, you know, like doves in the wind. Anyway. First of all, now that you're here, I need you to do me one little favor, and that's click the subscribe button wherever you find it. I think it's somewhere in this area. I'm still new to YouTube, so I'm not sure. Ooh. I just want to shout out to everybody who is here from the Kaya and T.S. Madison video about the lessons that I learned from the Queen's Court, because there is always a lesson in anything. So I'm gonna try to, like, I'm just the kind of person, rather than delving into like the technicalities of what happened, there's a lesson to be learned from it. And that personally for me was to make sure you stay in your motherfucking lane by yourself, honey. Put your name on your things. That way, you know, ain't nobody gonna say this is mine, you stole it from me. Okay, you can't say somebody stole Takenya if you ain't Takenya. I have a weight loss update. I haven't necessarily kept, like, you know, been consistent in keeping y'all updated. So prior to NOLA, I had not been to the gym in 2 weeks. I think I probably went one time in those 2 weeks. And then when I got back from NOLA, I didn't go. I didn't go the week that I had got back, because we got back Monday, but I went that Saturday. And I'm just getting back today. So I haven't weighed myself since before NOLA. So before NOLA, the update is I lost 30 pounds, and I see the difference in pictures. I don't see the difference in person. I don't know if I gained weight since NOLA. I probably did. I'm not gonna lie, I ate a lot. And I ate good. And then when I got back, I could not get back on track. I'm still having a hard time doing that. But after I went to the gym, went grocery shopping. So I'm going to kind of get back on my Weight Watchers app and see if I can get back in the groove. Because going to the gym, I definitely feel like a burst of energy. And so much so, I came to make a video. So that's my update. Did y'all go see Black Panther? So I'm going to tell you right now, in about, what time is it, 4? See, my best friend just confirmed, in about 4 hours I will be going to see Black Panther again. That is how we're gonna end Black History Month. I don't know what else you thought. How else are you supposed to end Black History Month? You need to go see Black Panther. You need to go see it. I'm not even gonna hold you up. When I tell you, I went to this movie every time I find different reasons to cry. I found different reasons to be proud. I found different things that I didn't notice that I noticed before. Different character development, different things about people you didn't even know. I was so into it. Like, I was on my Facebook telling everybody, like, listen, how do I read the comics? How do I learn about Wakanda? How do I find the back history? How do I get to know T'Chaka? Listen, this is a spoiler alert. If you are not trying to hear anything about Black Panther, I advise you to get the fuck on. So let's start with the beginning of the movie. Now, when I first went to see the movie, I guess I didn't necessarily understand what was going on. I didn't understand what had happened. So this was my first time seeing the movie. But now that it's like maybe on my third time seeing the movie, because I've seen it 4 times and I'm gonna go see it again today to end Black History the right way. I think the importance in this was the fact that Ryan Coogler came out the gate swinging, saying this is about social justice. This is about, and it's not just about social justice, but I love that he took a comic that probably didn't even have that type of background story. So, you know, Ryan Coogler had to add his, you know, storytelling to it. And he came right at the gate swinging, talking about, we need to discuss some shit in my community. And here it is. I've been in a situation where an African distinctly let me know there's a difference between a black person and an African person. And in my opinion, there is. Because black people, we don't have a one heritage to trace back to. So if so to tell an African person from Nigeria that they're black, you're discrediting their culture, their ethnicity, and that to them is important to them. As to me, you know, my blackness is important to me. Whether I'm Nigerian, whether I'm from Zimbabwe, whether I'm from wherever I'm from, I never did my ancestral background, so I don't know. You know, like, whether those things are the case, my blackness is my blackness, and African culture is important to African people who actually have an ethnic background that can be traced back to one heritage. And so the fact that Ryan Coogler came in the gate, this is the conversation that needs to be had, and we're going to have it. And then we fast forward, you know, just first of all, can we talk about the Okoye? First of all, I think nobody is giving Okoye her due diligence, because first of all, that scene when they was in the room, the briefing room, and that white man was talking and he touched her hand and she did a. Now, personally, for me as a black girl, if you are a black woman, there are certain looks that we have. And baby, this, if he touches you one more time, I'm gonna pin him to the desk and whoop his ass. You understand me? If you put your hands on my baby one more, when I tell you I felt that in my black girl soul, okay? If you better get it, because I'm hurting feelings, okay? Okoye, first of all, underrated. Fucking rated. I think that she is just, to me, after Shuri, Okoye gave you a show, honey. Okoye said, don't touch my king. Okay? Shuri, iconic. I love her. I love her raunchy, unapologetic blackness. I love her seemingly coy attitude, not coy, but like seemingly rebellious attitude, which to me is important because it showed a glimpse of what, you know, the future is in Wakanda, and it showed that things are changing, and it's okay to have a 15-year-old running vibranium all up and through this shit, because 15-year-olds, I think she's 16, 16-year-olds are smart enough to do so. Have you seen what a 16-year-old can do? Okay. So I love Shuri's attitude, and then I loved how much I related to her and the playfulness between her and T'Challa. Honey, T'Challa fine. It's something about me, but I love a man in a suit. When T'Challa, what was it? When T'Challa died or whatever, and he came up out the thing when they was down there with baby daddy M'Baku, and he had got up, and then he had went over, and they said, you know, the challenge wasn't over, and he got up and was like, T'Challa. That stature, that swag, that's something you can't teach, honey. You just, it's almost similar to what I feel when I see like a man of power walk into a room, much like Denzel Washington, much like Barack Obama. That I'm here. That same walk. First of all, can we talk about Lupita's walk when she walked into the Asian, the trade that was going on? Her and Okoye was serving you bad bitch. Stop playing. And I'm not even talking about, like, I love the storyline. I think that the African and the black conversation is something that needs to be had and should not ever be forgotten. That's something that needs to be brought to the forefront. But if I'm just talking about details, if we want to talk about M'Baku, and he barked at that white man. And first of all, and my thing with the white guy, I forgot his name, whatever, irrelevant. He was starting to talk, and M'Baku started to bite, but he kept talking while M'Baku was barking, and I'm like, you got some nerve. You got some nerve. When I say shut the fuck up, you shut the fuck up. As for me in my house, you don't get to have a word, honey. You do not get to speak in my crib. I don't know what they do over there in the city of Wakanda, but in Jabari land, you shut your white mouth, honey. And that's no shade, because I just feel like this movie took some microaggression and underhanded things that happen in the daily lives of people of color, and they brought it right to the forefront. And honey, I was here for every living black moment of it, and I'm gonna watch the movie again. I love Black Panther. I think Black Panther was iconic. We need to also talk about how when T'Challa, after he got up from the snow, how he challenged his ancestors and saying, you know, this is something important to me because it's basically where I'm at in life, basically coming to the realization that the people who raised me in some aspects, way, shape, or form were wrong. It was some things that they taught me that were wrong. And it's sometimes in the African American community, it's almost taboo to go against, to say, you know, Meemaw was wrong, or grandma was wrong, or my mama was wrong. Though our mothers and the women, and especially the black woman, is the definition of family. In my opinion, we are the backbone. Sometimes we're wrong. And sometimes it is uncomfortable to challenge the ideas of our mothers because we hold them so sacred to us. But they were wrong in the sense of leaving behind people who need us. They were wrong. Just like for me, I'm learning, you know, it's wrong to tell a girl that she can't express her body and herself in the way that she wants to because you need to protect yourself from a man. You're wrong for teaching me that. You know, you should be teaching Mel, her body is not any of your concern unless she wants you to make it her concern, your concern. You know, and learning that, growing up in the church, learning that I need to walk around the world in this, you know, what if that's not the kind of girl that I am? What if I want to be, you know, provocative in my dress? What if I want to be an open sexual book? What if I want to be those things? I was taught, you know, sexuality, for me personally, had to be sacred. But, you know, it's okay for the boys to be out here fucking and sucking these hoes. So, it's okay to challenge some of the things that we were brought up in. And I think that though it's so many conversations that can be had, these are the things that stood out for me the most. And I'm gonna go see the movie again, and I'll probably find some more things to talk about. If somebody want me to come on a podcast, we can surely have the conversation. I will say, Killmonger, though I support and understand him deeply, from the deepest part of me, because I think if anybody represented me more in terms of my radical fight for equality, it would be Killmonger. However, take Killmonger and make it womanist. I don't understand why your activism means that you have to harm people. You know, I don't understand why your activism means beat women, or black women for that matter, because the first person he went for was an elderly black woman. Why does your activism mean harm? You know, I understand take no prisoners when it comes to, take no bullshit when it comes to the oppressor. But when it comes to the people who are here for you, you don't hurt them. You know, and I think that's one of my biggest fears when it comes to, and that's something I always challenge when it comes to black people being equal and them wanting equality. My biggest fear is for somebody like Dr. Umar Johnson to be that leader. Of course, he will never be. Him and the other guy that they don't even like each other, but him and the other guy to be leaders in the black community, because their blackness does not cater to anybody outside of the black man. You know, if it's not the way that the black man sees it, if the black man thinks that, you know, gayness is destroying the black community, if they feel as though, you know, woman should be a queen. What if I don't want to be a queen? What if I want to be a villager? What if I'm not that girl? You know, what if I'm not, black woman can't be a whole black woman, and if she is, she don't deserve respect. And I don't need that type of activism at all. And if you don't agree with the fact that trans women are valid, you scare me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily like Killmonger's activism, but I understand it. It needed a little bit more tweaking, honey, but I definitely understood Killmonger's plight. And I think a lot of what he said definitely spoke to me deep down in my shondo. I love Black Panther. I think Black Panther is iconic, and I'm gonna go see it again. Thank you so much for watching me and being a part of this growth experience for me. And I hope to see you all next week. Hell, I hope to see me next week. Much love. Bye-bye.